I'm going to provide 5 strong, manly secrets in this video that will make you incredibly alluring to women and change you into the type of man they have been after for years. I've assisted innumerable men in redefining their dating strategies, and today I'm clearing up a big misconception. Many men find the idea of playing games awkward, and some ask why it seems like so much work to pretend to be someone I'm not. If this resonates with you, stay put because I'm going to demonstrate that it's not about manipulation or donning a mask. Rather, it's about utilizing the fundamentally masculine qualities that women are drawn to without sacrificing who you are. Another motivation behind creating this video is to refute an increasingly prevalent narrative that denigrates conventional masculinity, especially one that is promoted by the media. The problem is that for years we have been sold a false image of masculinity, the aggressive, domineering alpha persona that society loves to put on a pedestal. But the real twist is that many men today are afraid to embrace their natural masculine energy for fear of criticism or that it's somehow not what women really want. In reality, though, being authentically masculine is exactly what makes you stand out. That is unrelated to actual masculinity, which is based on the 5 secrets I'm going to provide, which will make you the kind of man that women are drawn to. The first masculine secret is emotional independence. When I say independence, I'm not just referring to having a mission or goals in life, though those are important, but to something deeper that most men struggle with when it comes to retaining attraction with women's emotional control. Let's explore these secrets and, more importantly, how you can begin putting them into practice in your life starting today. For a moment, let's be honest. Every guy loves to think he has his life together, pursuing his career, working out, and running his business. But the moment a woman enters the picture, everything falls apart. You start obsessively checking your phone every 2 minutes and making irrational decisions just to get her attention. Emotional independence gone. Emotional independence means you don't let your feelings for her dictate your actions. She isn't the one controlling your emotions. You are. It's about maintaining that emotional control no matter how much you like her. Yes, you can feel attracted to her and you can want her, but the moment you allow her to influence your behavior, you've given up your power. The uncomfortable truth is that women don't want emotional control over you. In fact, the moment she senses that you're emotionally weak or needy, she loses interest in you. Fades is attracted to a man who is unaffected by her behavior and who can remain steadfast even when she puts you through hardships. This is what makes you a challenge, and women are hardwired to seek challenges. Emotional independence isn't limited to women. It applies to every aspect of your life. Some men allow their emotions to overflow into their personal relationships, snapping at friends or family because they had a rough day at work. However, the key to being a man is compartmentalizing. You don't let one aspect of your life influence another. You don't let fleeting emotions override your goals, your values, or your boundaries. Yes, boundaries play a big role in this. For example, let's say you're on a date and she is obsessively using her phone. A man with emotional independence who asserts himself doesn't reprimand her. Instead, he's direct. Hey, let's put the phones away and enjoy our company. He's not afraid of losing her because he knows his worth, which is what makes him attractive. Most guys who are afraid of rejection will sit there quietly hoping she'll eventually put it down. The unpleasant truth, you're just another man she'll use for approval before moving on to someone who doesn't give a damn about women if you lack emotional independence. The next secret to masculinity is to be completely unshakable, or what I like to call non-reactive. This idea isn't new, but most guys miss the mark when it comes to mastering it. You see, women are emotional creatures who are constantly shifting from one feeling to another. Their emotions are like a storm, and here's where it gets real. Most men are swept away by it. They react to every little thing she says or does, thinking that's how you connect with her, but this is where you need to step back. Let's get contentious. Women do not desire for you to respond or become enmeshed in their emotional storms. Do you think she wants you to argue with her when she throws out some passive-aggressive comment about how all accountants are boring, or you never take out the trash? Wrong. What she's really doing is testing you. She's testing if you're solid, if you can hold your ground. So no matter how well the emotion you react. When you take the bait you're losing, She doesn't actually want you to argue with her or defend yourself or prove her wrong. She wants to see if you're the guy who can let it all roll off, shrug it off with a smile and keep your cool. The second you get worked up, the second you feel the need to explain yourself or fight back, you've handed over your power, you've stepped into the emotional chaos, and that's exactly what turns her off. Women want a rock, not a sponge. They want a man who stands firm no matter how much they push. It's not about letting her walk all over you. It's about setting boundaries without needing her approval. Do you think she actually respects the guy who storms out of the room because she's flirting with someone else to make him jealous? No, she respects the man who stays calm, addresses it with quiet confidence, and moves on. Here's where it gets really dicey. Most men are conditioned to believe that reacting means being involved or showing you care. But in reality, every time you react emotionally, you're showing her that you're no different than the other guys who don't know how to handle a woman's energy. You're proving that she controls you, and once she knows that the attraction dies, so if you want to master true masculinity, start by being non-reactive when she throws drama your way and smile when she tries to make you jealous. Stay composed when she complains. Don't jump to defend yourself. Show her you're the immovable force in her storm, because at the end of the day, the man who stays calm, grounded, and unshaken is the one women truly want. It's the secret that most guys never figure out. Now let's dive into another key aspect of masculinity that often confuses men: desire and respect. It's a delicate balance, but it's also one of the most misunderstood dynamics when it comes to attraction. Most men fall into one of two traps. Either they are all about desire with no respect, or they're drowning in respect and neglect desire altogether. Let's be blunt here. On the one hand, you have guys who are driven purely by their desires. They're relentless, aggressive, and only focused on satisfying their own urges. These are the types you hear about in scandals. Men who completely disregard boundaries because they mistake aggression for confidence. It's toxic and, quite frankly, ruins their chances with women, not to mention the damage it does to their own character. On the other hand, there are men who are so fixated on being respectful that they lose their masculine edge. They are afraid to show desired or terrified that if they express interest, they'll be labeled as pushy or disrespectful. These men project so much respect that they seem almost indifferent, leaving women confused and uninterested. Here's where true masculinity lies. You need both desire and respect. You must show a woman that you're attracted to her, that you desire her, but also that you respect her boundaries and her comfort. It's about letting her know that you're interested without being overbearing. For example, if you're on a date and the energy feels right, invite her back to your place. That's expressing desire. If she declines, this is
Respect
about
that
honesty,
boundary,
not without
manipulation.
hesitation. So there
No
should be no
pressure.
guilt trips, just true respect. Women are attracted to men who can express their desires openly while still allowing room for their emotions and boundaries. Here's a surprising twist. Avoiding intimacy altogether doesn't make her feel more at ease. On the contrary, it frequently makes things awkward. If you're too passive, she may begin to question why you're not interested in her, whether she doesn't look good enough, or whether there is no chemistry. At the end of the day, the combination of desire and respect is what keeps the dynamic healthy and attractive. Women want to feel desired, but also need to know that you will respect their boundaries. This passivity can cause tension and make the idea of moving things forward seem like a monumental event. Instead, expressing your attraction early on makes it natural and not a huge deal. It allows her to feel desired but not under pressure or ignored. You are the type of man she feels both secure and eager about because of this balance. Too many men struggle to reach the medium ground, which is where genuine attraction thrives because they lean too much in one direction. Now let's discuss de-idolizing women, a critical mentality change that most males never acquire. The problem is that, starting in childhood, we are programmed to place certain people, like our parents, on a pedestal. We act differently around them and yearn for their approval. Fast forward to the present, when many men switch that pedestal from parents to women in search of validation and approval. This is where things go wrong. The underlying source of the nice guy problem is that some men treat women like they're untouchable gods and never consider them as equals, only as objects of perfection they must impress. Women don't want to be treated like trophies and have their humanity taken away when they are idolized. A true guy does not elevate women. Rather, he acknowledges that they are flawed like him, with worries, desires, and insecurities. He knows that women want SC just as much as he does, and he does not treat it as a hallowed occasion. Stop believing that women are superior to you. They are not. Once you stop idolizing them, you can be yourself, confident, at ease, and, ironically, more appealing. The truth is straightforward. Women should no longer be worshipped. Instead, they should be treated like people. Women hold it in much higher regard than a man who believes he is untouchable. Now let's explore the fifth manly secret. Being in charge does not equate to controlling a woman. It's about managing the circumstance and yourself. Too many men misunderstand control and believe it entails dominating others. Instead, it refers to being the one who initiates the conversation and leads without hesitation. Imagine this. You're on a date and you can tell that things aren't going well. The passive guy asks, "Do you like this place? Should we go somewhere else?" Essentially giving her the power to decide. A manly man responds, "This place isn't cutting it. I know a better spot. Let's go there." You take charge, direct the conversation, and establish the tone. It's not about being pushy. Rather, it's about realizing that you're the one who advances things. This also holds true for intimacy. Rather than waiting for her to initiate contact or give you a sign, the manly man recognizes the opportunity and pretends he's not sitting there hesitatingly considering kissing her. Instead, he calls her and does it. It's not about being kind or passive. It's about knowing what you want, claiming it, and confidently guiding conversations. Respecting limits without having to be LED controlled. That's it for today. Let's talk in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next one. Women are drawn to men who take the initiative, so they don't wait for you to ask for permission for anything.